Hi, everyone. My name is Maritia.
The body is an amazing organism designed to run marathons, think of ideas, and see a beautiful world. It's capable of complex tasks. But when the body is compromised by disease or disorders, disabled by trauma or wounds, it needs help getting better.
Dr. Thompson, how are you doing? No, very well in yourself though. Good. How can I help you today? Alright. Basic spinal fusion, posterior, specific system, expedient burst.
Sanibona, Dumelang, Goeiemiddag, good day. I'm Mondi Mzolo. I'm a sales representative of Ethicon based in Durban. I'm a qualified dietitian by profession. I've worked at King Edward VIII Hospital. I have worked for Coleman Foods, Nutricia, Unilever, Abbott Laboratories, and in 2005 I joined Johnson & Johnson. I've been responsible for the public sector, and in the past 5 years I had 2 private hospitals that I also looked after, and one of them was a new hospital, and I'm excited to say that hospital has really grown, and I'm very happy about that. I've been Rep of the Year twice. In 2008, I was given an opportunity by Johnson & Johnson to attend an international Ethicon kickoff meeting in Budapest. Wow.
The body is an amazing organism designed to run marathons, think of ideas, and see a beautiful world. It's capable of complex tasks. But when the body is compromised by disease or disorders, disabled by trauma or wounds, it needs help getting better. And that's why we're here, to create medical technology that saves lives and changes lives. For the heart, the soul, the ambitions, and the dreams of every person we touch, we are here to innovate, to look at challenges from all angles, to follow patients beyond diagnosis, through treatment and recovery, to get them back to their best body, living their best lives, and being their best selves. Our ambitions are big. We are working to give people surgery without incisions, contact lenses that treat allergies, implants that monitor themselves, real-time maps of the heart. We are redefining what the body can accomplish. And even though we are a diverse group of businesses, we share a common goal: save lives and ignite all that's possible in every body.
Dr. Thompson, how are you doing? Very well in yourself though. Good, good. How can I help you today? Alright. Basic spinal fusion, posterior, specific system, expedient burst. Okay. Alright. What day are we looking at the theatre list? Wednesday the 27th. Alright. Let me sort that quotation out for you and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Cheers. Bye. I'm all good. How are you doing? Great. I just received a quote request from Dr. Thompson. I'm going to send it through to you now. If you wouldn't mind, just process it as soon as possible.
Mildred speaking, good day. Hi Stefan, how are you? Okay, what is the AFA number? 83 578. Let me have a look. Yes, I got it. It will come out now. Yes. 5 minutes. Pleasure. Bye-bye.
Hi, Stefan. Yes, hi. Yes, I've got your booking for LCM, episode 63245. Yeah, I'm busy allocating it now. I'll hand it over to the warehouse as soon as it's ready. Perfect. Thanks, sir. Bye.
Hi, Stefan. Yes. Okay. I just want to arrange the certificate for Dr. Thomas for tomorrow for theatre. Perfect. I'll make sure that it's sorted. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye-bye. Hi Chloe, how are you? Good. I just quickly want to make sure that you did receive the order for the request for the surgery flow for tomorrow with Dr. Thompson. Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye.
Customer service, you're speaking to Chloe. How may I assist you? Hi, Leandy. How may I assist you? Yes. Let me just check for you. Kindly hold. Thank you for holding, Leandy. Yes, the order has been processed. I'll send a remix to pick the stock, and then it will be ready for tomorrow.
Hi, Stefan. Okay, Jacaranda order. I see the guys have picked it. Let me just quickly go and check how far they are with the dispatching. Okay, cool. I'll let you know in 10 minutes. The guys are nearly done with your shipment. We're just finalizing the handover note and the delivery note. It should be handed over in the next 5 minutes. I'll let you know as soon as the driver leaves. Okay.
Sanibona, Dumelang, Goeiemiddag, good day. I'm Mondi Mzolo. I'm a sales representative of Ethicon based in Durban. I'm a qualified dietitian by profession. I've worked at King Edward VIII Hospital. I have worked for Coleman Foods, Nutricia, Unilever, Abbott Laboratories, and in 2005 I joined Johnson & Johnson. I've been responsible for the public sector, and in the past 5 years I had 2 private hospitals that I also looked after, and one of them was a new hospital, and I'm excited to say that hospital has really grown, and I'm very happy about that. I've been Rep of the Year twice. In 2008, I was given an opportunity by Johnson & Johnson to attend an international Ethicon kickoff meeting in Budapest. Wow, what a conference. And it was my first time in Europe, and it was their winter, but what a beautiful country. Yeah, so I've been responsible for the public sector for the past 16 years, and I've seen a lot of changes, and now they actually have little or no voice. And that has actually taught me all the dynamics of the public sector. I've grown in the public sector, so I've learned to know who is who in the zoo, the key people, the people that you know that when they process the order, they'll write the Johnson & Johnson one first, then the other ones. So you actually learn to befriend a lot of people in the public sector, and it has taught me a lot in terms of patience. I am more than the word patient, because if you are not patient in the public sector, you won't survive. Yeah, and also with all the training, the knowledge that Johnson & Johnson always gives us or train us on, we're able to deliver whatever is expected of us to the customers. Yeah, I hope with this new chapter that I'll be starting this year, I'll use all those expertise and be able to deliver more. Thank you. Salani kahle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marie Tiart. I work at Tygerberg Hospital as head of the pediatric orthopedic unit. I am married with 2 feline fur kids. For hobbies, I enjoy hiking. Believe me, if I can learn to like it, anyone can, and any other outdoor activity. It's difficult for me to accept that I'm 40 since I don't really feel 40, but my gray hairs give me away. I studied medicine at the University of Pretoria, and whilst I always enjoyed orthopedics, I never really thought that I would specialize in it. I wasn't exposed to orthopedics as an intern, but in community service in Standerton, Mpumalanga, I was the only ComServe doctor who knew anything about orthopedics and enjoyed doing the closure reductions and looking at x-rays. I basically decided at the end of ComServe that I would let fate decide, and I applied to general surgery and orthopedics for Emma posts in the Western Cape, deciding that hopefully fate will put me where I should be. I didn't get either. I got a general medical officer post at Malmesbury in January 2008, but was lucky to move to Worcester in the May of 2008 into the orthopedic department. And from the first day, I knew this is where I belong. Applying for a reg post was difficult. By the time that I finally got a job, I had all of my primary exams. I had 2.5 years of experience, and I had already published in the South African journal, Orthopedic Journal. This was far more than any of my male counterparts needed to get a reg post. But that was a different time under different leadership, and things are very different now. Nowadays, you cannot be shortlisted without having intermediate exams and some research. So the competition is tough, but at least it's a little bit more fair. During my registrar time, I essentially just put down my head and did my work. I was raised to be independent and believe that I could do anything. So I didn't myself ever feel discriminated against as a woman in orthopedics, but I did feel like I had something to prove. As a woman in a male-dominated field, you always feel as if you need to work much harder in order to prove that you belong there. This might not be fair, but it feels, this is the reality. Although I was a great registrar with good surgical skills, I still felt inadequate, and I definitely overcompensated. But I mean, I was only the 3rd female to qualify at Stellenbosch ever in its history. The women ahead of me were a little bit more senior and very focused on getting through it themselves. So there wasn't really a sense of camaraderie or mentorship. I went overseas for my fellowship to the UK, and here I was surrounded by many capable women, not overcompensating, feeling good in their skin, and it had a major influence on me. I realized that some form of mentoring really equips you to handle difficult circumstances and situations. So when I returned to Tygerberg, I felt inspired to form SAFOS. This is the South African Female Orthopedic Surgeon Society. And I did this to be able to provide mentorship for the upcoming female orthopods and to create a safe space to chat about our experiences. I remember I would often go to SAOA Congress as a registrar and see another woman and wonder who she was, where she was working, like where she was in her career, but I never went up to her and networked, which sounds really ridiculous now, but it was just, not done. I also need to thank a past SAOA president, Dr. Leon Raja, who really pushed me to sort of think about women in orthopedics and how we can help them. And he essentially asked me to do a presentation at the SAOA Congress in 2020 about diversity in orthopedics. And it was at this Congress that I essentially launched the society, and we've been existing since then. Regarding the challenges of forming the society, it was really about overcoming the resistance from the men and the resistance from the women. Some women really didn't find that the society was important or necessary. They felt that it was separating us more instead of bringing us together with the men. And this was never my intention. I think it's important for women to have a safe space to discuss issues, and that can actually unite us, because that was the whole idea. The idea was to improve belonging and inclusion to all orthopods in South Africa. Currently, at SAFOS, we've got a host of social media accounts. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we are on LinkedIn. We have 68 members, which is super amazing, considering that there are only 51 qualified female orthopedic surgeons in the whole country, in our whole history, as in like from the start when you could specialize in orthopedics in South Africa, we've only had 51 women, and that is 5% of the total orthopedic surgeons. This is, however, 2020 data, so I think there have been a few more women that have qualified since then. Our society essentially comprises of consultants, registrars, and medical officers. I think it's really important because we see that we often have a lot of women in the medical officer post, and we want to be able to convert those to registrar posts. There seems to be quite a bit of a dropout in that phase. So what would I say to women regarding breaking stereotypes? I would say, be brave. Whilst you are trailblazing, women behind you and are watching you. Even if you want to run away, you need to think about them and you need to do it for them. You need to find your tribe. So find like-minded women who want to uplift and support you and have the same sort of goals as you. Those that can be positive around, despite all the negativity. I firmly believe on introspection. I read a lot of Brene Brown and Sheryl Sandberg. Reading about courage and vulnerability and leaning in really gives you strength. You need to learn more about yourself as well. Figure out what are your weaknesses and strengths. Figure out what triggers you and why, and learn to not allow these things to bother you. You need to keep your eye on the prize. What is the long-term goal here? There's no point in wasting energy on little things people say and what they're trying to do to rattle you. Regarding work-life balance, time management is really key. Being organized and asking for help. I learned it, it's taken me a while to realize, but asking for help is not a weakness. So SAFOS's plans this year, we are looking forward to a series of webinars regarding self-knowledge and confidence, knowing your value and being able to sell it. So because I sit on quite a few interview panels, and I have observed quite a few examinations, and this year I am going to be one of the final year examiners. I have noticed that women do not sell themselves. They don't sell what they know. They don't sell what they can bring to the table. And it's definitely different for the male counterpart. So the idea with this webinar series is to really help improve their self-knowledge and their confidence and help them with interview techniques. So I'm really looking forward to it. We're currently in discussions with the BOA for female mentorships for our consultant group, because we don't have many senior women that have joined that can mentor us. But I kind of think that having an international mentoring program will actually be really good, because it'll allow for some global networking, which will be awesome. So if I can leave you with one last message, this is from a book called Between Grit and Grace. It was written by Sasha Chilcutt, who is an American anesthetist, and she's got a huge side sort of business on women empowerment and being brave, etc. So she She's really, really insightful when it comes to these kind of things. But I'm going to have to read this excerpt, but I think it's just really powerful. So she writes, "We have to step out of the shadows and share our truth. We have to be brave, but not overwhelmingly brave, just brave enough. As I've traveled around the country and spoken to hundreds of women, I've learned something critical. There is significance in describing the experiences we face as women. There is value to both men and women when we are vulnerable enough to open up and be honest with how we women must navigate our workplaces, our families, and our expertise. When we share our biggest struggles and our biggest challenges, we normalize what it means to be a woman. We step out of the shadows and we find courage, hope, and solidarity." Thank you very much for the opportunity.